So boy, oh boy, I've got a video idea for today. We are going to do a little test here, a little comparison. We're going to hit the record button on that. We have on the field basically all the single skin offerings that are available in today's market. We're going to start with the Dudek V King. I've flown this glider once, and we also have the Apco Hybrid, and we got the Tensing 23 single skin. Now I've got two of those already, bought them, learned to use them, etc. But the V King and the Hybrid, I've got the least amount of time on. Now first thing I notice is this V King is made to be light. Super light construction, toggles are light, strings are light, unsheathed. I don't care for that. The brakes are sheathed. I don't care for unsheathed lines, but I understand the reason behind them. Weight savings and compression knots. That's what we're going to get out of that. So let's see the front. Where's the front of this thing? But yeah, and the material. This V King is like, oh, it's still buckled in. That's why. I thought it was moving weird. I've got my little strap. Got some nice winds out here in this river valley. We're at my new secret location. So the risers on this are a bit busier, as Dudek risers typically are. All right. It wants to fly. It kites up really nice. Look at it. Just boom, exploding off the ground. Checking all my lines out. It's got some weird kind of tipsteerity dooski stuff here. Come back. Step under the middle. Easy on the brake. So I'm going to lay the thing down, and the toggles of these little, it's weird how they're hooked in at the bottom, but then that's strange. I do like the clips where you can't pull them out, but you have to slide them down. That's actually pretty nice. Get back over here, do a rear riser kill, kite the thing down. All right, lines are sorted and clear. Let's go fly it, see what we think about it. Now what I'm thinking is the same thing that I always thought. These single skins are they're not very efficient. They're not made to be. But I want to see what's what with these gliders. And we'll do a full comparison. I've flown them all a couple times. I've got a lot more time on that Tensing than I do these others. But I want to give it a fair shake. You know, I've got enough experience with single skin flying now that I should be able to garner a bit of differences. And we're going to compare everything. Clear. There we go. Brake toggles are very, very thin material. They kind of sharp at the edges. It's just some webbing. Again, made for lightweight. This glider is made to be ultra, ultra lightweight. And that's what I'm seeing here. We're not going to use any A's to inflate the thing. It kites, just like all the single skins. It kites very, very well. I don't get as much feedback through the brakes as I do on the other one. I don't know if that's good or bad, just my first impressions. Get a little B-roll here for the intro maybe. Shadow flying, I like it. There's no trimmers. Everything is set. Rear riser control is pretty good. Let's try this one. And when you pull the brakes, it actually does pull a large portion of the rear risers. So you got a little brake here, but when it gets to here, penetration is slow. We would expect that with a single skin. A bit of thermal activity still. All right, I'm gonna try to just come in and land. Full speed, flare. Oh, yeah, it just kind of flops in, just like any of them.
Bad weather on the way. So I got told by a student that I should probably describe to you what a flop landing is. So let me give you a little rundown on single skin performance technology. So there's no bottom to the glider, so it doesn't separate the airflow as well as a double surface wing. This is out of focus. How's that? Better content? So when you take the single surface wing, it has a lot of drag on the bottom. That's what makes it fly slow. That's what gives it lower performance. It's what lets it inflate good. It's what lets it fly in very, very light winds. It's lighter weight. It takes less airspeed for the wing to stay up. What's up, man? When you got a double surface wing, you get an increase in performance. Everything is faster. It takes more speed to fly, has a higher top end. Everything about the single skin that makes it easy to kite, easy to inflate, easy to control, less likely to stall, more pitch stability as well, because you have less weight that's shooting out in front or rocking back, so there's less pitchiness to the glider. All those things add up to having less performance. So when you come in at full speed, you're way slower than you are on a regular glider. So you don't get the flare authority. When you flare it, it kind of slows down your descent. On a modern wing with higher performance, you pull your brakes down and you'll actually go up, like it's called a balloon. You can't really get a balloon effect out of a single skin glider. I mean, unless you're really loaded up and you time it just right, you might get a tiny bit, but it's not much. What I've found is it's better just to come in under power. But if you come in power off and you just do a regular landing with a motor, I call it a flop landing, because you bury the brakes and you don't actually get a balloon effect or even much of a flare. It's just all over almost instantly and you touch the ground. It's not like an ankle breaker or anything, but I just wanted to take a moment and describe to you what a flop landing is that I'm describing in this video. Back to the program.
That's the way single skins land. Now I'm going to show you how I like to land them. I really like to land these things under a little bit of power. It's sort of like you're starting a foot drag and you come in under a little power and it touches down really easy. That's the best way to land these things. Does it want to stall? Does it want to stall? Yeah, the risers are kind of busy, you know, with this extra brake line stuff. It's like, how does the brake go on? I don't know. It's a little weird. I do like the magnetic pinchers that hold this. It's actually quite nice, so the toggles don't constantly fall off when they're just sitting here. You'll get that with some wings that have weak magnets and clips. Is kind of nice. That's a neat thing. Now I can tell just by the feel of the construction of this thing, it's not really made to be like a wear and tear type item. Like it, oh, riser's getting tangled there. Come out of there. It's like amateur hour over here. Snaggy still snagging. Oh, let's sort it out. Might as well. How tangled are we? See, that's going to be the brake line. So we're going to pull this side around. Yeah, it looks like all these risers went through all those lines. Okay, I think I cleared it. And tangles shouldn't take much more time than that right there. Okay, all the lines are clear. Control. We'll just walk it over here and lay it down by the truck. These loose brake lines are kind of, oh, lost a toggle. It's tangly. I don't know that I like that. I was just talking about how they keep very well, but I could have did that with my own messing around. Yeah, she wants to fly. They typically like to do this. This is a common thing. So what do you do if you want the glider to go down? You walk toward it. So watch this. Walk toward it, and I depower it. And now I've got the thing. We're going to set this dude right over here. And before I even unclip or anything, I'm going to grab the next one. And Mr. Greg, wonderful non-smoker, is going to let me fly. I'll edit that out. Is going to let me fly this Apco Hybrid. I flew it before, but I can't remember if I liked it or not. We're going to find out. So right off the bat, I can tell that this one's a bit heavier. It's got a little more weight to it. Okay, so this one's got unsheathed lines on the top and sheathed lines on the bottom. That's my favorite. That's what I like. Like, it's a good happy medium. They're not all unsheathed, which means they're less tangly. The risers are not as busy. We got simple brakes to pulleys. That's nice. It's got magnets. I like that. Toggles are way more comfortable. It's just a little beefier. The glider's a little beefier. It's got a bit more weight. Builds a good wall. It's got a remnant of a double skin feel. And brakes, they come off easy. Make your spin move. Yeah. Mr. Dayton down there, kiting day 2. Looking good, looking good. Immediate correction. I like it. Got it back. Good job. All right, clear. Little instruction on the side there. Clear my brakes. This one actually has trim tabs. Trims out, trims in. I'm gonna pull them on in for this. All right, let's see how she kites. Well, I used the A's. I don't know that I had to. I'm just gonna lay it down and see if I can inflate it without the A's. Let's see how that works. Come up nice. Oh, it's a little bit doggier. A little bit doggier, a little bit heavier. Let it fly. It's got a little bit more roll rate. Still got that single skin feel though. All right, so I'm gonna come in and do a power off landing, and we're gonna see if this thing does just any better. Try to do it so that I can get it on camera here. Oh, kind of a flop still. A little better. Whoa, stop. I don't know what's going on there. Did it stall on me or something? Maybe I just hit sync. I'd like to come back and review that video. Let's see what we're dealing with now. Everything seems to be good. See how she cobras. And I think I just did a classic mistake. I think I just stalled it. But I felt it coming. And we're gonna land it under power. Still kind of floppy. Lay it on down. There we go. I kind of like the magnets. They got little plastic keepers. I did have one fall off a while ago, but so did I on the V King too. So all yours, man. Thank you. It might make the video. We'll see. Did I stall it when I was taking off? Yeah, you did. Okay, I felt it going. Yeah. Brake confusion happens. All right. And then last but not least, just for comparison, I'm going to take out the Independence. And then take this one out here, see what we're cooking with. So I know how this one kites, so I'm gonna do a little kiting trick here. All right, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, throw it. There we go. Kiting tricks. Oh, give me that brake, give me that brake. So again, I noticed more feedback in my hands on this wing than any of the other ones. Maybe it's because it's such a raw connection to the top of the glider. I don't know. All right, so now I'm gonna do what I affectionately call the old power off flop. Checking my wind direction. And it seems like no matter what you do, you just gotta jam the brakes and flop it in. And I think I was coming out of a sync cycle there too, so it wasn't all the wing. All right, and then getting ready to go. A little bit of power. Yeah, the trick to landing these wings is just to land with a little bit of power. That's the trick. All right, let's kite it back over here. Okay, I'm done with video making for now. We'll be back with you in a minute to discuss some things that we figured out with it. I'd like to put the thing down right in the shot there. Oh no. This way. Ah, suck at life. Come back. Come back. My favorite toggles on all these gliders are these. Tensing, they're neoprene, they're soft, they're not stiff, they have a good tactile feel to them. A lot of feedback through the lines on these. The lines are also fully sheathed across the entire span of the glider. Also something that I really like. Now I bought, come on back. Now I bought this glider before I bought any of the others. So I really didn't know like the differences, but ultimately it was a good choice. I'm really happy with this product from Independence. So let me get back to the students. I'll give you some thoughts in a minute.
Is this good content? It's definitely a good sunset. No, this is probably better. So y'all know I don't do sponsors, but I got this nice letter from Everett. And I guess that this video is brought to you by Everett because he sent me a couple of free t-shirts. Oh, I can't read it backwards. There are two types of pilots, paramotor pilots and cagers. That's a motorcycle reference. That's what they call people who drive cars, is cagers. He said, here are a couple of t-shirts. Everett picked them out. If you want to plug his e-store, it is ppgswag.com. And yes, he watches your channel. He trained at Lone Star Paramotor. Oh yeah, that's Ron and Parker. Way to go. I guess Alexis is down there too now. Hey, Everett, thank you for the shirts. The other one is like the top 10 questions that people get asked. How high does it go? How fast does it go? How long can you stay up? But it's just got the answers. That's pretty hilarious. I like that. I got to test those 3 single skin gliders. What it boils down to is the V King. I guess I would probably rate that one kind of in the middle. And we still haven't looked at pricing or anything yet. Probably my least favorite out of the bunch was the Apco Hybrid. It had the tiniest little bit of performance advantage, but it still flopped in. It didn't give you enough. Like it's kind of the, you know, why not just go double surface and get the proper performance that you need? With a double surface, you can come in, glide it in. And so you're really not getting that out of that hybrid. I had higher hopes for it, but it's a little heavier. It stalls a little quicker. Again, it has a little bit more performance, but not enough to justify just going all the way single skin from the get-go. I mean, it may be a tiny bit faster. We didn't check top speed. I didn't let the trims out. I had training going on. It's hard to like really make a video and do all the things you want to do when you got to help students learn to fly. So there's that. But I rate it. The Tensing is my favorite. The Dudek V King is my second favorite. Just because it was so lightweight, unsheathed lines, looked like it would just tear with like the wrong piece of grass grabs the fabric. It would tear so lightweight. Of course, that gives it an advantage if you're going to do like a hike and fly type thing. But again, the unsheathed lines are snaggy. The complicated riser layouts, not my favorite. It flies pretty good though. It does fly good. I don't really like the way it pulls the rear risers when you go to turn, but I guess Dudek has a reason for that. It flies pretty good. I'll give it that. Very good pitch stability. They all really do. Again, the hybrid, as with any kind of hybrid, you trade off too much on both ends of the spectrum. You trade off all the performance and still get single skin type characteristics out of it, yet it's heavier. It very likely cost a little more because there's more stitching involved. There's more construction cost. So yeah, I gotta give my stamp of approval to the Tensing. I really like it. It's got the fully sheathed lines, gives you very comfortable toggles, simple riser layout. Again, and it's probably just as light within a few ounces of the V King. I'll look at the specs and figure that out. Overall, I like that Tensing the best, V King, and then the Apco Hybrid is third place last. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned something. I hope it doesn't piss anybody off that I have an opinion about stuff. I guess you get what you're paying for with these videos, huh? I'll catch you guys on the next one. I got another big day tomorrow. We're gonna be training. Oh, I gotta get my wind socks out of the field too. But I'm gonna leave it here with you. Much love, everybody. Kyle out.